United States is arranging a new world order based on America first. These are historic times. Politico writes this: Trump is on track to change the character of American government and this country's relationship with the world more profoundly than any predecessor in decades. So if you're being a panicant, don't. We're not going to war with NATO. We're still allies. Just like the trade war, it's the art of the deal.
Everyone take a deep breath. Do not escalate. Do not escalate. And President Trump has a strategy here. Hear him out, and then everything will be fine.
So breathe with me and hit the song. Former U.S. Army Special Forces and President of WorldStrat, Jim Hansen. All right, Jim, you were exactly right about Venezuela. It went down exactly the way you said it would go down. So tell me, how is it going to go down with Greenland?
It's going to become a U.S. property in some way, shape, or form. You know, I mean, my Swedish heritage, I can sympathize with the Danes and their memories of Viking longboats crossing a big pond and planting a flag there 800 years ago. But that was a bunch of guys who left. The Vikings no longer live in Greenland, and we can't trust our northern flank and a vital sea lane to the manlets who stayed behind. We have to do what's necessary for the United States for our strategic interests. And at this point, the Russians and Chinese are far too big a threat for us not to have operational control of that giant island.
So why don't the Europeans recognize that? They're a junior partner in NATO. They rely on American security. Why wouldn't they want us to have operational control over the island so that we could all be protected?
Well, because they're living their glory days back when they used to be the cradle of Western civilization and all the rest of that. And they were, and it's important. But those days are gone. And their plan for globalization crashed and burned. We're not doing that. President Trump said, no thanks. We're going to have a new golden age. And if you guys want to join that as allies, please do. But recognize we're not going to kowtow to your hurt feelings and a bunch of countries that like to lock people up for social media posts. You can either be part of the new way forward with us, or you can stay behind as second-rate socialist wannabes who can't even protect their own women from the migrants overrunning their own countries.
So,
people, vicious, many of them murderers. These are all out of Minnesota, just Minnesota. I said, why don't you talk about that more? Because people don't know. Do you want to live with these people? They make our criminals look like babies. They make our Hell's Angels look like the sweetest people on earth.
Trump launched the biggest deportation operation in history, and it's working. They've already arrested 10,000 criminal illegals in Minneapolis.
24 times convicted. They're not charges, these are convictions. So he comes from outside the country. Do you think he's going to be good here? Convicted 24 times, he's going to be good here, right? It doesn't work that way. He's a man murderer. One of many. One of many. All they want to do is get him out. They want to take him out of our country.
Once MSNBC saw Trump's pile of mugshots, they cut his mic.
We're going to continue to listen to what he has to say. If he's in news-making territory, we'll go into it. But in the meantime today, with the clock ticking toward the midterms, both Republicans and Democrats are split on strategy.
No surprise there. They don't want their audience seeing the mugs. Because once they do, they might start questioning who they're fighting for. And on that note, happy Mugshot Monday. Or Thi Thao, also from Laos, convicted of homicide. Arnaldo Perez is an illegal from Guatemala with convictions for sexual assault and DUI. And Rong Chong, he's convicted of sexual assault and sodomy. Trump's trying to get these illegals out, but Minnesota is keeping them in. Since Donald Trump took office, Tim Walz has released nearly 500 criminal aliens from state custody, rather than turning them over to ICE. That's why we have to do manhunts on snowy streets. English Ellen, she wants to undeport herself and take all these bad She says they make Minneapolis happier.
I just wanted to say I am so sorry for what is happening in Minneapolis and our country, really, but specifically Minneapolis right now because it's where I shot my last stand-up special. I shot it there because they say it's the happiest city in America, and I found that to be true.
Does this look happy to you?
It is a city on edge, and as we walked with the chief, we heard it from a man in a passing car.
How dare you let this happen here? You should be